Okay, so now start the remaining things. 1 minute, sorry. Okay, fine. So in before we are going to see that how what is the need of why these parallel database concept were introduced. So due to the large increasing the large amount of database. Okay, so this data has to be collected from the World Wide Web. So that's why there is need to store that data. And at the same time, everyone wants to access that data, but the requirement is what? So this data has to be accessed very quickly. So handle all these kind of requests simultaneously. The database should be compatible. Okay, for that what the basic need to go with the parallel database. Okay, so what is the basic need? So basic need, so you want to go with this parallel database because of increasing the large amount of digital content. Okay, so now everyone wants to access that data quickly. So that's why there is the need. You can go with the parallel database. Okay, so the parallel machines are become quite common and affordable. Okay, nowadays the hardware price are decreased. Okay, so that's why the parallel machines are become a quite common and affordable. So price of the you all has to be knows that the prices of the microprocessor, memory, disk have dropped sharply. Okay, as compared to 10 and 20 years back. Now the microprocessor, memory, disk prices are dropped. So individual processor have themselves become a parallel machine using the multi-core architecture. Okay, so that's why there is need to adapt the parallel database concept due to the largely increasing the database. Okay, so this is the introductory part. Then the next thing is what? Parallelism. Okay, parallelism in database. Okay, so what is meant by parallelism in database? So data can be partitioned. Okay, data can be partitioned across multiple disks for parallel input output processing. Whatever your data, okay, so how it can be stored? It can be partitioned. Okay, you can do the fragment of that data across the multiple disk. Okay, so that fragmented data or partitioned data, so these can be stored across multiple disks for parallel input output processing. Okay, so that's why there is a need of parallelism in database. Okay, so individual relational operation. So already we have seen that you can, if the fragments are diverse in the different parts of the disk, so there is need to join that and aggregate that tuples. Okay, so in case of distributed database, already we have seen in the chapter number 1st, that is horizontal fragmentation and the vertical fragmentation concept. Okay, so data storage can be done by using two ways: replication and the fragmentation. In case of fragmentation, how they can make the fragment and store into the different sites. That is horizontal fragmentation, means that is a one tuple we can store in one side, second tuple can be stored into the other side. But in case of the vertical fragmentation, so the columns, attributes are divided. Okay, so one column can be stored in one side and the other column can be stored in the other side in the distributed database environment. Okay, means you can, the data can be partitioned, the data is fragmented, data is divided across the multiple disks. So why it can be partitioned? For parallelly processing that information. Why? So you can increase the throughput and response time. Okay, so whatever the data is accessed, whatever the data is wanted to that particular end user, okay, so they can fire a query, so you can process that query, and within minimum response time you can retrieve that data and go back to the user. So that's why there is need of parallelism in a database. Okay, so data can be partitioned and each processor can work independently on its own partition. Okay, so here is what, so here the data can be partitioned, म्हणजे डेटाचे जे काही तुम्ही तुकडे केलेत, ओके, फ्रॅगमेंट केलेत, so these can be put across the multiple disk. Okay, so every processor can work independently, no one can be dependent with each other, and its own partition, त्याच्याकडे जे partition आले, so on that partition that processor can work independently. So different queries can be run in parallel with each other. Okay, so why, that's why this concept is taking at here, why that parallelly the multiple things can be done. Okay, so parallel inputting and output processing can be done, so different queries can be run in parallel with each other. Okay, so the concurrency control, okay, so multiple queries can be done parallelly, so obviously they're having the concurrency control problem is occur, so that's why the concurrency control take care of the conflict. If the conflict can be occur when executing that particular transaction, so the responsibility of the concurrency control manager, so they can take care about that conflict. Okay, so the parallel system performance can be measured by using two-way. Already that things we have learned in chapter number first, that is handle the performance Okay, students, sorry for interference. Okay. So see guys at here. So parallel system measure how the performance can be measured in the parallel system. They're having two concepts are there, speed up and the scale up. Okay. So what is meant by speed up? So adding more resources. तर तुम्ही resources जास्त add केले तर obviously the response time. Okay. So that is the concept of speed up. But what is meant by scale up? If the processor are increased, okay, if the processors were increased in proportion to increase the data problem size. Okay, जसे तुम्ही प्रोसेसर जास्त वाढवाल तसं तुम्हाला डेटाबेसची साईज ही वाढवायची आहे. ओके, इन स्केल अप मध्ये. ओके, इफ द रिसोर्सेस आर इनक्रीज, जर रिसोर्सेस वाढले, if the resources are increased in proportion, त्याच्या proportion मध्ये तुम्हाला काय वाढवायचंय? In proportion you can increase the database. Okay, the overall time should be remain constant. ह्याच्यामध्ये time constant राहणार आहे, पण तुम्हाला जसं प्रोसेसर जेवढे तुम्ही वाढवाल तसं तेवढा डेटाबेस पण तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे? इनक्रीज करायचं आहे. And time तुमचा फिक्स राहणार आहे. Okay, for example, consider the example at here. 1 second require to scan the database of 1000 record using one CPU. एका CPU ला 1000 रेकॉर्ड स्कॅन करण्यासाठी 1 सेकंद लागतोय. ओके, एका CPU ला 1000 रेकॉर्ड स्कॅन करण्यासाठी how much time is required? 1 second. If we are to increasing the resources, जर तुम्ही 10 प्रोसेसर केले, ओके, तर त्याचबरोबर 10 प्रोसेसर बरोबर तुम्ही तुमचा डेटाबेस पण तुम्हाला वाढवायचा आहे. ओके, मग एक सीपीयू जर 1000 रेकॉर्ड स्कॅन करत असेल तर 10 सीपीयू किती रेकॉर्ड स्कॅन करेल? 10,000. राईट. सो यू कॅन इनक्रीज युअर डेटा बट टाइम रिमेन्स सेम. मग काय होईल की 10 सीपीयू 10,000 रेकॉर्ड एका सेकंदामध्ये काय करतील? म्हणजे तुमचा टाइम सी इन दिस स्लाइड गाइस, टाइम इज फिक्स्ड. Okay, overall time should be remain constant. Time is fixed, but you can increase the resources 1 CPU to 10 CPU. You can increase the resources in the proportion. त्याच्या proportion मध्ये तुम्हाला काय वाढवायचं आहे? Database. Okay, so that is nothing but the speed up. That is nothing but the speed up. I think you all has to be clear the concept of parallel system performance measure, that is speed up and scale up. See guys, this question is will be asked in the MCQ. Okay, what is mean by speed up and what is mean by scale up? Okay, so guys, you all has to be clear that. You all has to be clear that. Yes or no? Please put it into the comment box. Yes or no? I need a reply from your side. Please put it into the comment box. Parallel system performance measure concept is clear or not? Yes or no? Yes? Am I audible? Dipti, am I audible? Yes, Dipti, am I audible? Okay, Prashant's reply. Okay, yes. So are you getting the concept of parallel system performance measure? What is meant by speed up? Speed up means what? Adding the more resources. Resources तुम्हाला वाढवायचे. Okay. And database remains same, means a fixed amount of data. So if you have to increasing the more resources, obviously your response time has to be reduces. Okay, so that is nothing but the speed up. What is meant by scale up? If resources are increased, रिसोर्सेस वाढवायचे, त्याच्याच proportion मध्ये तुम्हाला डेटाबेस पण वाढवायचा आहे. But overall time should be remain constant. Okay, so that is nothing but the scale up. Okay, so guys, these are the parallel system performance measure. Okay, can be yeah, these are the performance measures are used in the parallel system. Okay, the next is a parallelism. Okay, input output parallelism. Okay, so what is meant by input output parallelism? So how we achieve the parallelism in database? You know, there are some techniques in the last chapter. We have seen that in the distributed data. Okay, in the distributed database data, we have seen that the data is divided into the different means data can be partitioned into the different things, horizontal fragmentation and vertical fragmentation. Okay, but data need to process on individual or the subside by collective result can be back to the user. Okay, you have the distributed query processing, in that we have seen that the join is used for, because the data can be partitioned among the different parts of the site. Okay, so when you firing a query, so that time there is need to concat all the data, and then you are going to fire a query, and after successfully executing that query, again send the result back to the end user. Okay, so when there are the concurrent process which to fetch the particular data, some data at that time, if it is already locked in the shared mode, for example, some of the data can be already locked in the shared mode, and request for the reading purpose. So with the help of the lock manager can be checked that lock entry in their lock table. Okay, and if that particular atom is already locked with the shared mode or the exclusive mode, then according to that, those who are the lock manager, so they can send a request to the coordinator side, right? So already that things we have already seen into the chapter number first in case of distributed database. But in case of parallel database, how the IO parallelism can be happen? Okay, so IO parallelism, reducing the time required to retrieve the relation from the disk by partitioning the relation over the multiple disks. बघा आता काय सांगितलं, आयओ पॅरलिझम म्हणजे नेमकं काय आहे की तुमचा डेटा हा फ्रॅगमेंट झालाय, पार्टिशन झालाय. ओके, एखादं एक रिलेशन आहे, ओके, एखादं टपल आहे, ओके, किंवा तुमचा कॉलम आहे, वन कॉलम व्हर्टिकल, जरा व्हर्टिकल ऍट्रिब्यूटनी समजा तुमचं पार्टी. आता सी हिअर हॅव्हिंग टू टाइप्स ऑफ पार्टिशन्स आर देअर, हॉरिझॉन्टल पार्टिशन अँड वर्टिकल पार्टिशन. Horizontal partition means what? The tuple or relation are divided. Tuple म्हणजे काय? एक पूर्ण row. Okay, suppose employee तुमचा table आहे. In that employee table, employee number 1, that whole row can be partitioned. This can be stored at the one disk, and the second record is stored onto the another disk. Okay, and when you executing that query, so that time all the data is combined. Okay, all the database is combined, and you can execute that query within minimum response time. Okay, so guys, reducing the time तुम्हाला reduce करायचा आहे, required for retrieving that relation. तुम्हाला जो डेटा तुम्हाला retrieve करायचा आहे, तो retrieve करण्याचा तुम्हाला टाइम काय करायचा आहे, रिड्यूस करायचा आहे. And that data, whatever the data we are going to retrieve from the parallel database, so that data is partitioned. So data, suppose relation R आहे, okay, so that relation R is partitioned over multiple disks. वेगवेगळ्या डिस्क वरती ते स्टोर आहे. So how the data is partitioned? So the data is partitioned by already I am talking about that by using two ways, horizontal partition and the vertical partition. So first we are going to see what is meant by horizontal partitioning? Okay, so what is meant by horizontal partitioning? The tuple of a relation, okay, means one row. Okay, the tuple of a relation are divided among many disks so that each tuple reside on one disk. म्हणजे suppose तुमचा employee table आहे, so here I am going to give one example, so then you are getting the clear idea about that. See guys, see this is a table. In that table, the first call attribute is ID. First attribute is what? ID. Second column name is what? Name. Third column name is department name. And the fourth column name is salary. This is a schema of your table. Okay. So how the tuple can be? Tuple means what? This is the first tuple. This is the first row. Okay. This is the first record of that ID number 1. Okay. So this tuple is stored in one disk. Second tuple is stored on the another disk. Suppose in your parallel database they are having 3 disks. तुमच्या parallel database मध्ये किती डिस्क आहेत? 3 डिस्क आहेत. Okay, D0, D1 and D2. D0, D1 and D2. Okay, so the first tuple is stored on suppose D0, second tuple is stored on to the D2, third tuple is stored onto the D0. So how it can be stored? Means like this way the data is partitioned. See guys, the data is that relation has to be divided among many disks so that each tuple reside on one disk. समजा तुमच्या parallel database मध्ये 3 डिस्क आहेत. ओके, आणि तुमचा हा एम्प्लॉई टेबल आहे, तर एम्प्लॉई टेबल मधलं एक रो एका डिस्कवर, दुसरा रो दुसऱ्या डिस्कवर. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट यू कॅन डिवाइड दॅट रिलेशन and that relation can be stored among many disks. Okay, so that is nothing but the horizontal fragmentation. In the horizontal fragmentation we are going to see the different partitioning techniques. In horizontal partitioning we are going to see the different partitioning techniques. So which are the different partitioning techniques? The round robin, hash partitioning, range partitioning. Okay, so this question is asked in the examination. Already I am showing that question bank, which are the questions were asked in the university examination. So in that also asking that what are the different partitioning techniques used in the horizontal partitioning in the parallel database. Okay, so which are the different partitioning techniques? Round robin partitioning techniques, hash partitioning, range partitioning. Okay, so we are going to see one by one what is meant by round robin partitioning technique, hash partitioning techniques, range partitioning technique. But before that we are going to see what are the different architectures in parallel database. Okay, so already I am discussed that they are having different parallel data architectures are what? This architecture, anyone can be tell me what is the name of this architecture? Yes, I am scrolling the cursor on that, this diagram. This architecture is which architecture? The processor can share common memory. This processor and disk share common memory. So which is this architecture? हे आर्किटेक्चर कोणता आहे? प्रोसेसर आणि डिस्क हे दोन्ही काय करतात? कॉमन मेमरी शेअर करतात. So what is the name of this architecture? Yes, anyone? Prashant? Vivek? Gauri? Tell me, what is the name of this architecture? Processor and disk share common memory. Yes, guys, am I audible? What I am asking? Processor and disk share common memory. So what is the name of this architecture? Yes. Yes, Anisha. What is the name of this architecture? Already I am discussing in the chapter number first. This is a shared memory. This architecture is what? Shared memory. Okay. So every processor, yeah, no, Gauri, it is not shared disk. Processor and disk shared common memory. Are you getting, Gauri? Are you getting? It is not shared disk. It is a shared memory. Processor and disk share the common memory. See, this is a shared disk. Every processor having its own memory. प्रत्येक प्रोसेसरला स्वतःची मेमरी असणार आहे. But that processor share the disk. Processor share काय करणार आहे? Disk. So this architecture is what? Shared disk. Okay. Now moving to the third architecture. Every processor having its own disk and their own memory. Every processor having its own disk and own memory. Okay. One processor is communicate with other processor for processing that data. So this type of architecture is called as a shared nothing. This type of architecture is called as a shared nothing. Are you getting? And the last one is a hybrid. Okay. Hybrid कोण सांगू शकेल? What is the concept of hybrid architecture in the parallel database? Combination of these three. या तिन्हींचं combination. Shared memory, shared disk, shared nothing. या तिन्हींचं जे combination असेल ते कशात असणार आहे? Hybrid मध्ये. Okay, so see guys that here parallel database architecture, shared memory means processor shared common memory. Processor काय share करतील? Common memory. What is meant by shared disk? Processor and memory can share the common disk. Processor share a common disk. And what is meant by shared nothing? Shared nothing means processor share neither a common memory or nor a disk. So in that case, individual processor having their own disk and they're having own memory. Okay, so that is nothing but the shared nothing. And hierarchical is means what? Hierarchical, it is called as a hybrid of all above architecture. ह्या तिन्हींचं combination, shared memory, shared disk and shared nothing is nothing but the hierarchical architecture in parallel database. Okay. Now we are going to moving to the next point, that is typical database query types. Already in the database management system, in the third year, you have learned that different query types. Okay. So the first type of query is a sequential scan. Sequential scan query. Second is a point query and third is a range query. So anyone from your side, please tell me, okay, please tell me the query statement. Okay, please tell me the query statement to sequential scan. कुणीतरी एक जण कुणी सांगू शकता सिक्वेन्शियल स्कॅन साठी एखादं क्युरी स्टेटमेंट तुम्ही सांगू शकता. येस, साधं एक्झाम्पल आहे ना सिक्वेन्शियल स्कॅन साठी. पूर्ण आपल्याला टेबल स्कॅन करायचं म्हणजे सिक्वेन्शियली. तो सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉई. साधी क्युरी आहे ना सिक्वेन्शियल स्कॅन साठी. सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉई. ओके. सो इन केस ऑफ पॉइंट क्युरी तुम्हाला ते पर्टिक्युलर रेकॉर्ड पॉइंट करायचंय. ओके. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉई वेअर एम्प्लॉई नंबर इज इक्वल टू 1. म्हणजे तुम्ही पॉइंट करताय एम्प्लॉई नंबर 1 ला आणि त्याचं रेकॉर्ड तुम्हाला काय करायचंय डिस्प्ले करायचं. सो दॅट इज नथिंग बट द पॉइंट क्युरी. ओके. मीन्स द स्टेटमेंट इज लाईक व्हॉट? सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉई वेअर employee number is equal to 1. Okay, so you can retrieve the record of employee number 1. So that is a point query. You can point on that particular record. So what is in the range query? Anyone? What is meant by range query? Retrieve the data within that particular range. Okay. For example, for example, select star from employee. Select salary from employee where salary is less than 10,000 and salary is greater than 20,000. So within that range 10,000 and 20,000, so we are going to display the names of that employee. Okay, so you can give the range. So that is nothing but the range query. Okay, so in the typical database query types are sequential scan. Okay, point query, you can point out that particular record. Okay, and range query means you can give the minimum and maximum range, and within that range you can retrieve that tuples. Okay, so that is nothing but the range query. Okay, so already we have seen that in the partition techniques they are having 3 types of partition techniques, that is round robin, hash partitioning and range partitioning. Okay, so these are very important part in this chapter. So we are going to see one by one with example. See what is meant by round robin partitioning. Okay, so you can scan the relation. Okay, if you have a one table, you can scan one by one tuple. You can scan the relation कारण horizontal partitioning आहे. So you can scan the relation in any order and select the ith tuple म्हणजे 5th, 6th, 10th किंवा suppose in that table having the 100 records. Okay, 100th tuple to disk number. आता मध्ये 100 समजा असं ith tuple suppose second record आहे second, तर ते त्याला disk कशी assign करायची बघा. So disk number can be assigned d of I mod n. d of I म्हणजे आपण सेकंड रेकॉर्ड, n म्हणजे I ची व्हॅल्यू किती आली तर 2, सेकंड टपल आहे ते. मॉड नंबर ऑफ डिस्क किती आहेत तुमच्याकडे, समजा तुमच्याकडे 3 डिस्क अवेलेबल आहेत. ओके, सो 2 mod 3. 2 mod 3. So what is the output of this? Anyone? 2 mod 3? Yes. 2 mod 3. टू mod 3 1 येतं का? 0. See guys, 2 mod 3 is nothing but yes 2. Okay, remainder is 2. Remainder किती राहते? 2. So like this way, this can be second record can be allocated to D2 disk. आता see here I am going to, आता हे तुमच्या लक्षात आलं असेल कदाचित मी नेमकं काय सांगते. तर DI mod n म्हणजे नेमकं कसं की एखादं टपल तर तुम्हाला पार्टिशन करायचंय अकॉर्डिंग टू द राउंड रॉबिन पार्टिशनिंग. So how it can be partition that data and how it can be stored among the multiple disks. Okay, Here I am going to given one example, then you can get the clear idea about that. आता इथे एक एक्झाम्पल आहे बघा की assume that there are n is equal to 3, म्हणजे आपल्याकडे 3 डिस्क आहेत. n ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे आपल्याकडे 3. सो वी हॅव 3 डिस्क. ओके, सो द डिस्क नेम्स आर D0, D1 and D2. ठीक आहे, आपल्याकडे डिस्क किती आहेत? 3 डिस्क आहेत. तर त्यांना आपण नाव काय दिले? D0, D1 and D2. among which हे सगळे. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट टपल, आता पहिलं टपल म्हणजे आपलं हे पहिलं रेकॉर्ड आहे. ओके, सेंड. आता पहिलं टपल आपल्याला कुठल्या डिस्क वरती सेंड करायचंय बघा. तर आपण फॉर्म्युला काय सांगितला? DI mod n, म्हणजे आय ची व्हॅल्यू इथं 1 असेल, एन आपल्याकडे म्हणजे नंबर ऑफ डिस्क किती आहे? 3 आहेत. ओके, सो 1 mod 3, 1 mod 3. So what is the output? 1 mod 3 किती येते? 1, right? So that can be stored in a D1 disk. कुठल्या डिस्कला स्टोर होईल ते फर्स्ट रेकॉर्ड? D1 डिस्कला. ओके, आता you can take consider the second tuple, that is ID is 2. Okay, so the second tuple is sent to D2 mod 3. 2 divided by 3, how much is what is the remainder? 2 mod 3. Yes, 2, right? So this tuple is stored on the D2 disk. कुठल्या डिस्कला स्टोर होईल? सेकंड रेकॉर्ड D2 डिस्कला. सिमिलरली थर्ड tuple D3 mod 3. 3 mod 3, remainder is 0, right? So this third record is stored on D0 disk. So like this way the ith record, तुमच्याकडे जेवढे ith tuple असतील, see ith tuple, how you can distribute partition among the different disks? ith tuple to the disk number, तुम्हाला disk number कशी आयडेंटिफाय करायची? DI mod n. So like this way, by using round robin partitioning, we are going to partition that tuples in the table. Okay, सगळ्यांच्या लक्षात आलं का हे? कशा पद्धतीने राउंड रॉबिन पार्टिशनिंग कसं केलं जातं? तर सी, फर्स्ट tuple, how the disk can be selected? DI mod n. n ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे? आपल्याकडे 3 डिस्क आहेत म्हणून n ची व्हॅल्यू किती आली? 3. I म्हणजे ith tuple, पहिलं, दुसरं, तिसरं, चौथं, पाचवं, म्हणजे त्यासाठी दिस इज नथिंग बट द ith व्हॅल्यू. ओके, सो DI म्हणजे D1 mod 3, 1 divided by 3, रिमाइंडर किती येईल? तर तुमची 1. Okay, so like this way we are going to partition the data among different disks. So are you getting? Yes, I need a reply from your side. Please put it into the comment box. Are you getting this round robin concept? Yes. Yes. Anisha, Bhakti, Pratik, Akanksha. I need a reply from everyone. Are you getting the concept of round robin partitioning? Okay, now we are going to move the next type of partitioning, that is hash partitioning. Okay, so what is meant by hash partitioning? So designate one or more attribute from the given relational schema
ॲज अ पार्टिशनिंग ॲट्रिब्यूट. बघा, दिलेल्या तुमच्या टेबल मधले एक किंवा एकापेक्षा जास्त जे ॲट्रिब्यूट्स आहेत, ओके, सो ॲट्रिब्यूट्स आपण कोणाला म्हणतो? कोण सांगेल? त्यातले ॲट्रिब्यूट्स कुठले आहेत? येस, टेल मी. व्हॉट इज ॲट्रिब्यूट इन दिस टेबल? ॲट्रिब्यूट आपण कशाला म्हणतो? ID, name, yeah, correct. So in this table, ID, name, म्हणजे कॉलमची जी नावं आहेत ती ID, name, department name, salary, these are the attributes. मग हॅश पार्टिशनिंग मध्ये काय करायचं बघा, designate one or more attributes from the given relation schema, जो तुम्हाला टेबल दिलेला आहे त्या टेबल मधले एक किंवा एकापेक्षा जास्त attributes तुम्ही कन्सिडर करायचे, and they can be considered for the partitioning the attributes. So each tuple of the original relation, ठीक आहे, तुमचं हे ओरिजिनल रिलेशन आहे, सपोज हा टेबल आहे, दिस इज युअर ओरिजिनल रिलेशन, त्यातलं प्रत्येक टपल इज नथिंग बट द होल रेकॉर्ड, द टपल ऑफ द ओरिजिनल रिलेशन इज हॅश्ड on the partitioning attribute. Okay, so if the hash function return I, then the tuple is placed on the disk di. जे हॅश फंक्शन जे रिटर्न करेल आय ची व्हॅल्यू, त्यानुसार ते पर्टिक्युलर टपल कॅन बी स्टोर ऑन द डिस्क नंबर. ठीक आहे, आता हे तुमच्या लक्षात येणार नाही, एक्झाम्पल बघितलं की तुमच्या लगे लक्षात येईल बघा की नेमकं हॅश पार्टिशनिंग कसं असतं. सी इन दिस एक्झाम्पल, screen is visible to everyone? Okay, so guys, see at here, in the hash partitioning, assume that there are n is equal to 3. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे 3 डिस्क आहेत, n ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे? 3 आहे. We have 3 disks. The name of the disk are D0, D1 and D2. Okay, the name of the disk are D0, D1 and D2, among which the relation is to be distributed and partitioning the attribute. आपण कुठला attribute partitioning साठी consider केलाय? So we are going to consider the partitioning attribute is ID. ID attribute आहे ना ह्या टेबल मधला, तो attribute आपण consider केलाय कशासाठी? Partitioning the data tuple among the table. ओके, म्हणजे पहिला जो कॉलम आहे, पहिलं जे attribute आहे, so this is considered for partitioning the data among different disks. ओके, मग आता हे कसं केलं जातं बघा, हॅश फंक्शन कसं आहे? हॅश फंक्शन इज h of x is equal to x mod n. ओके, हॅश फंक्शन कसं आहे बघा, सेम आपलं जसं ह्याचं होतं वरचं आपण काय बघितलं राऊंड रॉबिन मध्ये. ओके, सेम ॲज लाईक दिस, h of x, हॅश फंक्शन कसं आहे बघा, h of x इज इक्वल टू x mod n. n ची व्हॅल्यू तर सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे, नंबर ऑफ डिस्क किती आहे आपल्याकडे? 3. ओके, वेअर x इज अ व्हॅल्यू ऑफ पार्टिशनिंग ॲट्रिब्यूट ID. x ची व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? पार्टिशनिंग ID. आपण पार्टिशनिंग साठी ॲट्रिब्यूट कुठलं कन्सिडर केलंय? ID कन्सिडर केलंय. मग आता पहिलं ID किती आहे? 1. ओके, तर x ची व्हॅल्यू किती आली इथं? 1. ओके, सो इफ x इज इक्वल टू 1, द टपल इज सेंड टू, आता टपल आपल्याला ह्या हॅश फंक्शन थ्रू कुठल्या डिस्कला सेंड होते बघा, 1 mod 3. ओके, 1 mod 3. व्हॉट इज आन्सर? पुट ॲट इट हिअर. इथेच आन्सर आहे बघा, 1 mod 3, 1. सो दिस टपल म्हणजे हे रेकॉर्ड, पहिलं रेकॉर्ड कुठं जाईल? दॅट इज गो टू द D1 disk. That is go to the D1 disk. Okay, similarly go to the next ID, that is x, the value of ID, second ID is 2. So x, value of x is 2. Okay, 2 mod 3, that is 2. So this record is goes to the D2 disk. ते रेकॉर्ड कुठे गेलं? D2 ला. So similarly, see guys, similarly you can go to the ith record. जेवढे तुमच्या टेबल मध्ये रेकॉर्ड आहेत, similarly you can, they are having the 12th record in this table, so you can go to the 12th record. So 12 mod 3, 12 mod 3, answer is what? 0. So this 12th record is stored at the D0 disk. 12th record is stored at the D0. So you have in the question in your mind. So this is the same like as a round robin. राऊंड रॉबिन मध्ये पण आपण असंच पाहिलं होतं बघा. राऊंड रॉबिन मध्ये D1, 3 mod 3, 4 mod 3, right, 5 mod 3, right. So similarly in case of hash, but in case of hash, so you can consider one of the attribute. तुम्ही ID च्या ऐवजी नेम पण consider, आता इथे नेम नाही होणार, पण you can consider one of the primary key attribute as a partitioning attribute, and according to that, by using that hash function, you can partition that data and stored among the different disks. Okay, so then you can compare the all of them. At that time I am going to explain that thing. Okay, so then we are going to moving to the next type of partitioning, that is range partitioning. रेंज ऑलरेडी मॅक्सिमम आणि मिनिमम रेंज किती आहे, तर अशामध्ये तुम्हाला टप्पल्स काय करायचे, पार्टिशन करायचे. ओके, सो इट चूज अ पार्टिशन ऍट्रिब्यूट ए. इट चूज एक कुठलं तरी ऍट्रिब्यूट तुम्हाला पार्टिशन ऍट्रिब्यूट म्हणून कन्सिडर करावं लागेल. जसं समजा आता हा टेबल आहे, तर ह्या टेबल पैकी आपला हा एम्प्लॉई टेबल आहे, त्यामध्ये एम्प्लॉई आयडी, नेम, देअर डिपार्टमेंट नेम अँड देअर सॅलरी. ओके, so one of the attribute can be considered as a range partitioning. Okay, see, in this choose partition attribute. ह्या टेबल बदले तुम्ही एक attribute ID किंवा सॅलरी कुठलं तरी एक attribute तुम्ही काय चूज करा, partition attribute म्हणून चूज करा. It choose a partition vector. आता तुम्हाला वेक्टर्स ठरवायचे. ओके, म्हणजे रेंज ठरवायच्यात. V0, V1 up to depends on that how many tuples in your how many records in your table. Okay, so according to that you can choose the partition vector. Okay, so in this example, see in this example, so they're having 4 partition vectors. तुमच्या आता हे आपण एक एक्झाम्पल बघतोय, तर यामध्ये 4 पार्टिशन वेक्टर्स आहेत, 20, 40, 60 and 80. Okay, how many partition vectors are there? 4. 20, 40, 60 and 80. And the disk are, how many disks are there? D0, D1, D2, D3 and D4. So we have 5 disks. तुमच्याकडे 5 डिस्क आहेत आणि तुम्ही पार्टिशन वेक्टर म्हणजे रेंज कशी काढली बघा, 20, 40, 60 and 80. ओके, आता एक्झाम्पल बघा म्हणजे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल. Assume that there are n number of disks are, how many disks are there? D0, D1, D2, D3 and D4. 5 disks are there. Okay, and how the relation can be distributed among this disks? See guys, in this range partition, consider the partition attribute. Partition attribute आता तुम्ही ह्या पण एक्झाम्पल मध्ये काय कन्सिडर केला, ID. ओके, आणि पार्टिशन वेक्टर इज चूजन 20, 40, 60 and 80. Okay, 20, 40, 60 and 80. So guys, in 20, the number of record, how many number of records? 1 to 19. आता ह्या डायग्राम मध्ये बघा, 20. तर less than 20, not less than or equal to. Not less than or equal to. Only 1 to 19. 1 to 19 tuples are stored on D0 disk. Okay, then next range is what? 40. Next range is what? 40. So 20 to 39, not less than or equal to 40. त्याच्यामध्ये 20 पण येणार, कारण इथपर्यंत ह्या पहिल्या D0 मध्ये आपण 19 पर्यंत रेकॉर्ड स्टोअर केलेत, नॉट लेस दॅन ऑर इक्वल टू 20. ओके, सो 20 to 39 records were stored in the D1 disk. ओके, आणि आपलं थर्ड वेक्टर काय आहे 60. ओके, फ्रॉम 40 to 59 records were stored in D2 disk. तुम्ही रेंज केली ना, ह्या रेंज मधले रेकॉर्ड ह्या डिस्क वरती स्टोर करायचे. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट वेक्टर इज व्हॉट 80. ओके, नेक्स्ट वेक्टर इज व्हॉट 60 to 79 records were stored in the D3 disk, and similarly in the D4 मध्ये कसं होईल, तर आपला पुढचा पार्टिशन वेक्टर किती आहे 80. सो फ्रॉम 80 to 100, कारण आपल्या टेबल मध्ये किती रेकॉर्ड आहेत 100 पर्यंत आहे. सो 80 to 100 records were stored on D4 disk. So are you getting the range partitioning? Yes or no? एकदम simple है guys. Are you getting? Yes. Yes, students, I need a reply from your side. Are you getting? रेंज पार्टिशनिंग मध्ये काय करायचं आपल्याला, कन्सिडर द पार्टिशन ऍट्रिब्यूट. तुमचे जे हे काही रिलेशन आहे त्यामध्ये ऍट्रिब्यूट कुठलं एक तुम्ही काय करा, पार्टिशन ऍट्रिब्यूट म्हणून कन्सिडर करा. या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये आपण आयडी इज कन्सिडर ऍज ए पार्टिशन ऍट्रिब्यूट. त्यानंतर तुमचं पार्टिशन वेक्टर्स चूज करा. ओके, मग पार्टिशन वेक्टर्स तुम्ही कसे चूज केले की 20 चे ब्लॉक केले, 20, 40, 60 and 80. ओके, so in that how the data can be stored? Data कसा स्टोर होतो? In the D0 number of n. Assume that there are n म्हणजे 5 disk आहेत तुमच्या. So you can given the name to that disk D0, D1, D2, D3 and D4. Okay. Suppose your first partition vector is 20. So in that it is not less than or equal to 20. Okay. So how many records, ID records can be stored on that D0 disk? From the ID number 1 to 19. These tuples were stored in the D0 disk. Okay. Similarly, as like this, the tuples are partitioning and stored among the different disks. Okay. So I think all of you have to getting the concept, these three partitioning techniques: round robin, hash partitioning, and range partitioning. Yes. सगळ्यांना समजलेत का हे तिन्ही partitioning techniques? All of you are getting? Yes. Please put it into the comment box. सगळ्यांना समजलंय का तिन्ही partitioning, horizontal partitioning techniques: round robin, hash partitioning and range partitioning technique. Okay. Then now the most important thing, that is comparison. Okay, comparison of the partitioning techniques. Okay, so already we have seen that 3 types of partitioning techniques. So what are the comparison between that partitioning technique? Okay, so already we have seen that the 3 types of partitioning techniques, that is round robin partitioning techniques, hash partitioning and the range partitioning. So what is the comparison of that partitioning technique? So 3 types of data access. Okay. So scan entire relation. Within that 3, you can scan the entire relation. म्हणजे तिन्ही partition techniques or in each partition technique you can scan entire tuple. Okay. So this can be happening all the partitioning techniques. Okay. Then another comparison is what? Point query. Already I am discussing about that. They're basically in the database, they're having typically these are the types of data queries. That is what? Sequential scan, point query, and the range query. Okay. So scan entire the relation. Okay, means you can scan whole record. Okay. For that I am already stated one statement, a query statement, that is select star from employee. Select suppose point query. If you have to find the tuple by specifying the value of that particular attribute, already I am given one example for that. Select star from employee where employee ID, where ID is equal to 2. ID is equal to 2. Okay, so that this record will be displayed. So that is nothing but what? That is nothing but what? Point query. Okay, that is nothing but what? Point query. So you can find a particular tuple by specifying the value of that particular attribute. So that is nothing but the point query. Okay, for example, find the instructor whose salary is 45,000. Okay, find the instructor. Okay, so these instructors are belonging on the CSE, NTC or mechanical department. Okay, so whose salary is 45,000. So here no one can be presented at here. Okay, but point out means you can find that particular tuple by specifying the value of that particular attribute. So that is nothing but the point query. Then the range query. Okay, suppose if you have to range query, so we have to find all the tuples by specifying the range of that value of that particular attribute. Suppose in case of the range partitioning. Okay, so we have seen that within that partition vector. Okay, whatever the partition vector we have chosen, so according to that you can put that tuples into that particular disk, right? So according to that partition vector. Okay, so this range query means what? We can find all the tuples by specifying the range of the value